Hi everyone, thank you for joining. So I am quite punctual, 7 means 7 o'clock for me. So I hope you guys can hear me loud and clear. Today I am going to show you how to use Nara inks on Nara black paper. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. I see a lot of friendly faces. Thank you for joining. Some of my friends are here. Thank you so much for joining. Let's see how this goes today. So this is the one that I did recently with Nara papers and black and the inks that work good on black. So what you will notice with Nara paper black is that one side is a little grainy like this and the other side is very smooth. Can you see the difference? So what I have noticed is that when you work on the grainy side, you might get texture like this, which is good if you are going for a texture, or if you want a very smooth effect, you can go for the other side, which is very smooth. So just choose whichever side you like. Also, if you are going to use inks on black, do not use a dryer with a lot of heat. So try to select one which has low heat. That works a lot better because the paper gets a little curved if the heat is too much. So today, the last time the dryer that I had used was, Panasonic one. It is extremely hot. So it can be used on normal paper, but I am not going to use it on this one. I am going to come back to my beloved cheap dryer. Okay, so let's begin. We can also use a straw this time because they're quite easy to blow around and humidity does not impact the ink so much. So let's start with the white. So you guys already know that the mixatives are pigment based colors, so they settle like this at the bottom of the bottle. So you are supposed to shake them extremely well till you hear that ball inside it. If you cannot hear that ball, you will not get the full pigment when you pour it out. So just shake it extremely well. And one more thing, being pigments, they are slightly heavier than the normal inks. So it's better to give them some base of alcohol before you put the ink. That way it becomes easier. So I'm going to put some alcohol first so that there is some base for the ink to flow, and I'm going to use the white first. You guys, it's so easy to just blow with the straw as well, and it is giving such nice effect. See, that's it. You don't have to do much to get a nice effect with the straw as well. And of course, if you dry with the dryer, you'll get even more the lines. So somebody is asking the paper that I'm using. This is just a normal kitchen paper roll that I have taped on my table. Nothing special. It's just to absorb any spills. So yeah, just look at this. How nice smoky effect you can achieve just by putting a drop of ink and blowing it with a straw and then just continuing whatever you want. And let's do it one more drop over here maybe, and so this will be more pigmented this time. I'm putting 2 drops. So when it settles like this, the drop, this is because it is heavier than the alcohol. So what you can do is you can rub it with your finger or get a with something soft or the back of your brush or a normal brush, you can rub it to get this out and make it move again. So because being a heavier pigment, it does settle a bit. So I'm just using a brush to remove, and then I'm going to add some more alcohol to it and drying it a bit more to see how that goes. A lot of you are asking about the dryer that I'm using. It's a simple 300 rupees dryer. It has very low air pressure, and that's why I find it extremely good for all the effects. So I really like it. Okay, you guys can use this for everything, although it is slightly unreliable because being a cheap dryer, sometimes it gets it stops working. So I've used like 4 or 5 of these already, but I still like it. So that was the white, just white. Now let us try mixing some color with the white, and then at the end I'm also going to do on a circle sheet something with multiple colors, something that I had just posted. So as I said, put a lot of alcohol first always, so that your white can get some base to move on. Put your drops of white, and I'm going to use this ballerina pink on top of this. Just 1 drop should be enough. I think I dropped 2. Alright, you can use your straw to blow at it as well. So I see how it's looking. What you can also do is, although I haven't tried it with Nara white, but I have tried it with other white colors, is that you can pre-mix it with alcohol and keep it. So this clumping will not happen. So as you can see, it's more pigmented. So we can add some more alcohol and then maybe just the white to see how that works. Lovely, it's looking. I know, it's looking really pretty, the pink. Today I've kept my phone facing myself, so I can read at least some of the comments. I'm using Nara black paper. So as you can see, we can reactivate the pink area or the colored area again by adding some more white, and we can add even more than this, but let's try it with a blue color. I've just taken out one color of each from different ranges. So one is pink, one is purple, blue. So just to show you guys how it goes, I'm just using one of each, and then I will show you how to mix these colors. So swatching is so much fun because I don't have to worry about what I'm making. So much easier. Right, so I have added white, and this time I'll just put 1 drop of blue because I think last time I had put more of pink. Superb, it's looking really cool. So the blue that I had used was Satin Sea. It's looking really good on black. And it's like it's giving like a neon kind of an effect. So I'm sure you guys will like it as well. So this is satin sea with white. Very nice. Next I'm going to try maybe a green, because this time let me mix two colors. So I'm going to mix Goldie Fish, the yellow color, and vintage green. Let's see how that goes. So I'm going to put some alcohol as usual, then a drop of white. On one drop I'm going to put yellow, and on the other I'm going to put green. Let's see how that goes. Even I'm trying it for the first time. I've not done this before, mixing two colors so close to each other. Let me blow on it as well. Thank you so much for liking my flower patterns, but it takes a lot of time to create those. So if you want to learn, you can join my workshops for the flower patterns. So the green and yellow, there's still some yellow left over here, but I think most of it got mixed with the green. But it's looking really nice. Let me just try with some just yellow over here. I am also experimenting with you like right now. So just bear with me. Always shake your white before putting, because every time it will settle. So for every drop you will have to shake. Thank you. Yeah, to me also it's looking really pretty. The white is shining at the top, and then there's yellow, and then the green, and then the darker shade of green. We can really play around with this. It's looking very pretty. So let me try one red as well. Then I will do the mixing thing with multiple colors. So I'm wondering what red will become. It should become pink, right? Let's see, because I'll be mixing it with white. I think red would look better on gold. Let's see. Actually no, it's still looking red. Wow, I was thinking that when I'll mix red with white, it will become pink, but it did not. It's still looking red. So nice. Very nice. So the purple that I have taken out today is brinjal date, because the colors that I have chosen are specific because they are brighter shades of colors. So I was thinking that they will look better on screen. So I did not take all the dull colors. I just took all the ones that are brighter than the rest. So these are, and this is a neat way to mark your caps with the color. Just put a drop of color on the cap so you can know from the top which color you are going to use. So really nice. Let me do some mixing on this, a circular sheet. So first, what should I put? Let me just put alcohol first. I use a lot of alcohol. Then I'm going to shake the bottle, some white, And let me use the pink first, and then the drawing. These colors also look really cool on acrylic black surface. So if you want to try, you can do that as well, because earlier I had tried on acrylic and it worked really well. Now I'm going to overlap and see how that goes. So some white and some blue. Let's blurt it out. Actually, by blowing with the straw, you can remove those dots that are forming of white. If you use the just a second, the dryer is on. I don't know if you guys can hear me clearly with the dryer on. So what I have noticed, that if you use the ink directly, let me just try, because we are swatching and you want to see. So for example, I just put alcohol over here and I put just the ink, let's say yellow. You won't be able to see anything. See? It won't be visible. So you need a surface of white or gold or silver for it to be visible. So wherever there is some background, that thing will be visible. Otherwise it won't be visible to you. Let me just add the white as well so it becomes visible. See, now you can see the yellow. Nice. Let me do the green as well on the same thing. So multiple colors. I think the color burst kind of effect would look really cool. So this paper curves a little bit when it is hot. So you have to control actually so that the ink alcohol doesn't flow towards the area where you don't want it to go. Nice. Even the colors are getting mixed with each other. So I had put blue over here, but it was a light blue. It wasn't like purplish blue, but it mixed with pink and created this purple effect. And I think I should have used more white because they're not shining so much, but still looking really pretty, like some galaxy kind of effect is coming. So maybe with a few drops of white, like a splatter, it would look exactly like a galaxy. Very, very pretty. And the green over here, it's looking really nice. Alright, so that was it for swatching with white. So these are the swatches. Let me just show you once again. So white with pink, with red, with green and yellow. All of us are, learning how to work with white, but they're looking extremely nice and shiny, right? And like a matte, and this is white, only white. So you can see a lot of these fumey kind of areas have come, see? And they're looking really cool, like like a smoke on black. Very nice. I'm really liking these, right? Just send me your messages about these. Okay, so let's close the white bottle. It might dry very quickly. Now I'm going to do the gold. The gold has a ball inside it that has to come out. Sometimes it doesn't, so just tap it on some hard surface, then it will come out. Thank you all for liking it. You want me to use it on white paper? Alright, so let us just do that once with any one color. I have a white paper. Okay, so let's see. So I'm putting alcohol first, of course. Then I'm going to put some white on it. Maybe I'll put two colors so we will know how it goes. I haven't tried it, so just this is the first time I'm trying it. Pink, and on the other drop I'm putting blue. Let's see how that works on white. Yeah, it's working with white as well. It has become quite opaque kind of a color, so the transparencies are gone. Let me just try to reactivate it over here and see how that works. And this time I'm just going to add some blue, not the white, because the blue just vanished and it became purple. Okay. So what I'm noticing is that the white has settled over here a bit at this point. Some kind of sediment kind of a look, but overall it's okay. You can use it with you can use like this as well. It's looking pretty. But what is the point of using it like this? Maybe if you can figure out some use, let me know as well. How to use white on white. Because if you dissolve the ink with alcohol, it will anyways become lighter, right? So if you add white to it on a white paper, you won't be able to see any difference. It's just that the ink will become thicker and then you won't be able to make that kind of wispy things that you want. I'm going to do the gold now. Yes, I'm using the dryer on heat mode. This just has two modes, 1 and 2. With 2 the pressure is a little more, so sometimes the white gets stuck. At that time I use the higher pressure, otherwise just the first pressure. I'm putting some alcohol and just the gold, no other color. I think I dropped a bit too much. Nice. So this is like a shimmery gold. It is not it's like an iridescent color. So this is the kind of effect that you can get with the gold. Sometimes we want this kind of effect because most of the other golds they clump together to create lines. But if you want a shimmery kind of effect, so both have their own utility. The gold that creates lines and the gold that looks like this. Let's see how this works if I reactivate it with just alcohol and nothing else. I'm giving it some time to move because I don't see it moving. Let's see. It's not moving. I'm using the brush. So because all the metallic colors have some kind of a glue in it, it gets stuck to the paper. So that is why this has happened. It is common with all the metallics, not only this. So if you want to reactivate it, you really need to, brush it well so that all the color comes out, and then do it again. Okay, so somebody said that to use white on top of the color. So since this is already colored, let me just try how, if I put a drop of white on top of it, how does that work? That is a good idea. Thank you. So maybe if there's a darker color underneath it, then it will be more visible. And you can create some layering with white on top of the previous color, but I will have to test it out before I can suggest it. So I will let you know if I try it. I will post it on my Instagram, but still I see that it's not so much visible. See, the white has still settled at the bottom, so we'll have to check. I will work on it and figure out if how to use white on white, and definitely let you guys know. Alright, so now I'm going to use gold with some color. So here goes. Gold goes well with red, maybe. Our Indian colors, gold and red. Let's see. I really like that kind of this thing that is happening when the inks are mixing with alcohol, and they just shimmer and merge so well. It looks really pretty. I'm going to show you how gold with red looks and how gold with and white with red looks. So we will see what the difference is between the two. Alright, so this is gold with red, and where is white with red? So this is white with red and this is gold with red. So it has become shimmery. When I will send the pictures to you, you will be able to see better. It's quite shiny, like an iridescent color. And this one is quite matte looking. Both have their own utility. This is looking nice. Can be used for something. And I like how more gold is over here and some red, extra red, so there is a nice gradient that has come. Okay, so let's try gold with green. The black paper that I'm using is Nara Black. These are pre-cut sizes of 5 by 4 inches. This time I've put green. So what I'm observing is that the gold mixes with whichever color that you're using. So, and it creates a new color which is like an iridescent color with a slight shimmer to it. So whichever color that you will use with gold, it will become, I mean, the gold will not be so much visible as much as the color. So this is how the green with gold looks, and this is just the green with white. So it is quite shimmery, and this one is matte look of the same green. What I have noticed is that if you work on the rough side, you get some texture like this, dotted texture, and if you work on the smooth side, it looks slightly smoother. Not so much of a difference, but there is a slight difference. So let me try one more. So let me, I was not even paying attention to which side I was using. I am using alcohol from DIY for You. This is the alcohol that I always use, because recently there were some issues about purity of alcohol from Amazon vendors, so I have finally decided to use only this one, because this I am sure is fine. So I am putting some alcohol. It is 99% isopropyl alcohol. I am going to shake the gold once again because I think the shimmer has settled at the bottom. This time I am going to use blue. Let's see how gold and blue works. I think it will look greenish. Let's see. No, it's not. It's looking blue. Okay, so somebody wants me to use white along with this gold. I'll try that and I'll show it to you later. So in my opinion, it's not dry yet, I think. Because gold is yellowish in color, and if we put blue on top of it, it has become greenish. So see, blue has almost vanished. There is no blue, and green, this is the green one. So I think blue will not work so well unless we put a darker blue. Let me just, since you asked, let me just put white along with this. But as we know, the gold has gotten stuck to the paper a bit. So I'm going to put a drop of gold and white as well. So let's see how that works. With the white, the blue is coming up, see? Suddenly, magically, blue is appearing. I'm using Nara black paper. I do not have any preference yet because there's not so much of a difference. I have actually never even paid attention to which side I'm using, but it was only today that I noticed that it has a smooth side and a rough side. So when I worked on both, I saw that there's a slight difference in the texture that you get out of the final result. So when I added the white, the blue suddenly came into the picture. Otherwise, the blue had actually vanished with the yellowish gold that we have. But it's looking nice. It's such a new medium that we can do all sorts of experiments. So don't just do what I am doing. If you find another way of working with these, just let me know. It would be fun. I mean, I always tell everybody that we should share ideas rather than keep them to ourselves. So that's how we learn from each other. Alright, so I think enough of gold. Let me do one more of gold with purple. Purple is left. So alcohol, the huge, then gold, and then purple. Let's see. So yeah, purple is visible. Let me, I just wanted to make another petal over here with just the gold overlapping this. Let's see how that looks. So this black paper gets a little curved when you're working on it, but it becomes straight again later once it is cooled, once it has cooled down. So, wow, I'm really liking this effect with purple. It's looking like some exotic flower. Very nice. And I know the color just changes completely, and it's so new. We all have to experiment with these colors and see how they look. So this is with the purple, then this is the red, this is just gold, this is gold and blue and white, and this is gold and green. I'm going to share proper photographs of these. I'll share them tomorrow when the sun is out, because in natural light they look so much better. But I'll share the other photographs with you today. So this is the smooth side and this is the rough side. You can see the grains in the rough side. Let me try the silver now. Maybe we can use white along with silver. The ball gets really stuck at the bottom. You have to make sure that it is completely out. Silver is like, it's not like pure silver, more of a grayish silver shimmery color. Basically what I see is that we can use all of these colors for black, and we can mix them with other colors to create different iridescent colors that look really cool, like a pearl color kind of effect you will get. So silver. All the metallics take a little bit more time to dry than the normal inks. So you got a flat shimmer kind of a silvery effect. Alright. Now I'm going to mix the silver with some other color. I'll try purple this time. I think I dropped way too much silver. I don't know. Let's see. So if you want that pearl color kind of effect, I think it's really cool for silver and gold. Wow, I'm really liking what these layers just came up. I didn't do anything, they just came on their own. So this is just silver and this is silver with purple. I can see the areas where I had dropped the silver, I think, over here. So nice. It's looking like pearl colors, so. And this is the smooth side and this is the grainy side. So I will click very clear. So you can see over here the difference. See, if I do the close up, you can see the texture over here. That is because of the grainy surface, right? I don't know if it is clear on Instagram. And this is quite smooth. There is no, the paper is quite smooth. Alright, so I'm just gonna try one more color with silver and I think that would be it. And this time I'm going to put silver and then I'm going to put one more color just next to it and see. So silver and blue, and then I'm going to use a silver and pink also next to the same. So this is silver and blue and this is just silver, so just to compare the difference. And I'm going to do one more over here with silver and pink. Let me just shake the silver bottle once again. So alcohol, silver, I must have used like 30 ml of alcohol, looks like, and pink. See, very pretty. Alright, so drying with a dryer. Wow, it's looking really nice, extremely nice. And I see some blending has happened over here with the pink and blue, and some purple has come in this area. It's really nice. So we tried this and this with silver. And let me just do your revision. This is gold, shining really nicely under the light now, and this is looking even better now once it has dried properly. And the green with gold. And you guys, please tag me if you try something, because I would like to see how you try to use these colors and what you come up with, because we are all experimenting right now and we just want to see how you guys think of new ways of using these colors, because there might be other ways as well. So red, blue. Wow, this is today's favorite for me. Is this? It's looking like neon blue, really cool. This is the one that I used, Satin C. Then this is also looking really nice because I like the white effect over here, and just white, and the white silver, I mean white, gold and blue combination. Yay, so I am done now. And yeah, so the mixing that we had done of multiple colors, you can use all the colors in one painting as well. Okay, so I am done. And if you have any questions, you can send them to Nara or to my Instagram handle. And that is it. Good night, and thank you for watching, and thank you so much. All right, I'm going to end it now. Thank you.